What's up, Agent Zero here? Welcome back to yet another Minecraft video, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a realm I just recently joined called Breaking Bedrock. Now, I'm going to go ahead and first off discuss this realm as a whole, and then I'm going to go ahead and show off some of what's been made inside of this realm, including my base, which is actually technically where I am right now. And if you guys would rather skip ahead to me showing off the realm itself, then I will put a timestamp on the screen that you can go ahead and fast forward to so that you can go ahead and get to. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to go and discuss this realm first. So this is actually made by someone by the name of SlackLizard, and SlackLizard is actually a member of a rather well-known and rather popular SMP for Bedrock Edition called Truly Bedrock, and Breaking Bedrock is actually his fan realm, and I actually found out about him in Breaking Bedrock as a whole thanks to my good friend SepticSpud, so there's that, and I decided to go ahead and check out the Discord server for SlackLizard, see what's going on, and I did obviously end up getting into his realm. There are rules and stipulations that you have to follow and meet in order to be able to get onto the realm, or at least get an invite, and I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. It's actually thoroughly explained in the Discord server itself, which I will have a link down in the description to the actual Bedrock, Breaking Bedrock server, so you guys can go ahead and check that out if you want. You obviously, like I said, have to follow rules and meet stipulations to get on the realm itself, but that's obviously beside the point. I get that you guys are probably interested in coming here regardless. But yeah, so that's basically what is going on. So yeah, let's go ahead and start discussing the actual realm itself, what it looks like. So as I said, I am currently down in my base right now. So what I'm first going to go ahead and do is I'm going to show you how you would get into my base through the overworld. So this is actually the entrance to my base through the overworld, and it's actually technically underground. If you take a look at the Y value, it is 37, so obviously a little bit deeper than you normally would be on the surface. If I go ahead and climb up here, and I actually need to go ahead and turn around facing in this direction, and once I get up to the top, there is actually a barrel right here. There's a barrel right here, so I'm going to go ahead and throw in my clock really quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull it back out, and if you take a look, it's going to open up and close a piston trap door, and it is on a timer, so you will not have too much of an issue pulling it out and getting suffocated unless you're really slow. But how you actually get into this place, and if you couldn't tell, I'm actually in a desert at the moment, and that's actually a desert world that I ended up finding. I actually thought these were pretty rare, all things considered, and they probably are, but I did technically find a couple on this world already. But if you come down in here, and if you face off in this direction, and you throw an item down right there, it's going to disappear into a hopper minecart, which will make its way back into this barrel, which you can go ahead and pull it back out, and then just go down the scaffolding. The door will close up behind you eventually. It is on a redstone timer, and there you go. Now you're down inside of my base. And I do actually technically have a nether portal right over here, which I'm going to be going into the nether a little bit later to show off where my portal actually is, but that'll eventually come, not immediately. But yeah, so this is where I actually take residence in, and I actually have a couple different smelting systems right here. This one is actually my blast furnace system, and right here is my smoker system. I actually have these levers right here which will lock the hoppers so that if I actually want to get XP, I can go ahead and smelt everything down and pull the stuff out manually. There was supposedly a way that you could lock these, and then when you unlock them, the XP would flow out, so that actually worked as like an XP farm, but for whatever reason that doesn't work. You actually have to pull it out manually, but that's obviously beside the point. Over here, I actually have my storage system. It is not an automated storage system. I do have to put everything in manually, but I do at least have the chest space to go ahead and get everything sorted out that I actually am going to end up needing. Right here, I have a miniature regular furnace smelting system. This one does not have an XP system set up, at least for right now. I might eventually do that. But yeah, that would probably just be just simply a lever that would instantly power the hopper. And over here I have my crafting machines, well, blocks I should technically say, crafting table, cartography table, the stone cutter, and the grindstone. And then over here I actually have where I am growing all of my wood. You probably noticed that the entire place is made out of dark oak, and this is actually where I grow all of my dark oak, and eventually this area will be expanded at least on these 3 sides with some doorways to some other farms. I just haven't gotten that far yet. I have the materials to go ahead and do that, but I haven't set it up just yet. And this actually does obviously produce quite a bit of wood and saplings as well, which is pretty nice, all things considered, because I am obviously using a ton of dark oak. It's actually my favorite type of wood in the game. There's a little bit of trivia for me for you guys. But yeah, so inside of this door right here is actually a little tiny closet right here. I've got myself a loom, I've got a cauldron, I've got a crafting table in here, and then also I have this pressure plate right here, this stone pressure plate, which if I go ahead and stand on it, it's going to go ahead and open up this water source. This is actually an infinite water source that I went ahead and put together. I actually set up some transparent blocks and waterlogged them to get the infinite water source going. So there's that. And also, if we go ahead and stand between the crafting table and the loom, there's actually, it's kind of hard to see, but there's actually a dark oak button on top of the dark oak planks that if you press, it's going to open up this piston door. And if you look up, click on, oh, I need to click on the minecart, not the lectern. There we go. So this is going to go ahead and take me up into my little bedroom. As you can tell, I've got a little bit of some paintings. I've got myself clock on the wall, my armor stand, ender chest, and I've got myself the lectern, as you guys already saw. And yeah, this is my little tiny bedroom. I've got a jukebox right here as well. Inside of here, well, I want to try to make a collection for every single music disc in the game. I've already got 1 so far, so I'm going to have to do a lot of work to get that started. So if we go ahead and come over here, and in the exact same spot as the dark oak button down on the lower section is another dark oak button. If I go ahead and press it, obviously it drops me down. I do not take any damage, and I am not wearing any armor, so that's kind of cool, all things considered. Really nice. So let's go ahead and go down these set of stairs, and this is actually something that I was surprised to end up finding to begin with. I did a lot of decoration work as well as redstone work to actually get the thing worked in the first place. But I actually have right here a skeleton XP farm, which is pretty nice, all things considered. I've got myself an automatic sorting system right here for the bones, the arrows, and then all the miscellaneous stuff. And then over here I have my enchanting station with an anvil, a grindstone, barrel right here, which I want to eventually replace with an ender chest. I actually need to get myself another set of materials, so I'll go ahead and make myself another ender chest. Seems like ender pearls are having a bit of a difficult time actually dropping to begin with, so that's why that's there. And eventually I'm going to put in a little bit of a redstone trash can somewhere in here. Haven't gotten that far yet either. But yeah, so if we go ahead and come over here, I'm going to go ahead and step on this pressure plate, and that's actually going to open up a piston door, which if we go ahead and come up here, this is where the actual skeleton spawner is, and this is actually the AFK area that I set up. So this is actually the best place that you want to go ahead and stand if you want to get yourself XP for, and I actually do have a lever set up to go ahead and turn on and off the system. This will go ahead and toggle the redstone lamps inside of there. I'm not going to go ahead and do that right now, but you guys get the idea. And at the moment, I haven't really gotten too much payments just yet. I did technically get 2 already, but I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know if you get on this realm. I am technically selling unlimited access to the actual skeleton farm, the resources that you get from it, as well as the enchantment station for 1 diamond block. So it is a bit expensive, but again, it is for unlimited access. So if you guys are either on the realm already or you managed to get into the realm, then you can go ahead and do that for you guys. So make sure you let me know about that. So let me go ahead and go to a few different places. I do actually want to go ahead and get properly geared up because I don't like wasting my armor if I don't actually have to. Hopefully that makes some amount of sense. So you can go ahead and put in my armor on. There we go. And also you might be wondering about the bell that you see right there. I actually set it up so that it rings every time someone comes into my place so that I can actually be aware of people entering, at least through the overworld anyway. So there is obviously that, and it actually does work, all things considered. So it's actually pretty nice. So let's go ahead and go into the nether, and we're going to go ahead and see exactly where my portal is in relation to the nether hub, which they actually did set up a nether hub. So as you can tell, this is obviously where it is. I got myself my custom banner and a sign that says that it's my base. So if I go ahead and walk out here and I go ahead and make a left right here, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and try to get as close to spawn portal as quickly as possible so I can show you guys where you need to go to get there. And like I said, the whole XP thing is 1 diamond block for unlimited access, and this is actually tunnel C right here. We have multiple different tunnels, and one of them is actually leading to an end portal, which is kind of nice. And we also have apparently a mesa biome, which is cool. So let's go ahead and pop through this portal, and this is going to take us directly to the spawn area. And what's actually interesting about spawn is that this is actually on a mushroom island. You guys can't really see it because of all the grass, but if we go ahead and make our way out a little bit, you might actually be able to make out the fact that there's actually mycelium and the large mushroom. So yeah, obviously we are on a mushroom island, which is pretty cool, all things considered. We've got ourselves the main hub building, if that makes any sense. You'll actually spawn right out here. This will give you information on the actual realm itself. So you actually end up spawning, if I'm not mistaken, either in this area or you'll spawn outside right here. I can't quite remember. It's been a while since I actually came in here. Downstairs is actually going to be a community storage area where you can get access to, well, there was an ender chest down here at one point. I don't know why it's not here anymore, but you can gather materials, and people do want, on this realm, want you to actively give as much as you actually do end up taking, so that pretty much everyone will be able to use what everyone else has. And then we also have upstairs, I don't know if there's actually any spots left over to claim. There might be, there might not be, I'm not entirely sure. But everyone here, as far as I'm aware, has their own bed that they can go ahead and sleep in at spawn if they really need to. So there's that, and there's also one down over here as well. Again, I think all of them, yeah, it looks like all of them have been claimed so far, so not a whole heck of a lot I can do about that. But we do have some materials that we can use straight off the bat. Inside of here, there's a chest right here where if you need a bed to start off with, which looks like might need to be restocked soon, you can do that. We've got community brewing stands. We've got ourselves a community cartography table, some barrels with nothing in them. Apparently, everyone already emptied them already. Unless, okay, so this is where brewing materials are being shared. Okay, so there's that, and there's not really a whole heck of a lot of other things to show up because people are working on this place all the time. But there are a couple other things that I will go and show off. We've got ourselves some community crop farms of various kinds. Pretty much every single kind that exists in the game over here, which is kind of nice. There is a shopping district. I can't quite remember where exactly it's supposed to be. There's a plan for a gaming district, and I think we have a plan for 2 different areas for the gaming district. It's still up in the air as to where it's going to be, if it's going to happen in the first place. We've got ourselves our community enchanting area, and it's actually obviously in a tower, which is pretty cool, things considered. And then one other place that I do want to go ahead and show off, and if I can remember where this actually is, that'll actually be really nice. There's a community mine right down here, but that's not what I'm actually wanting to show off to you guys. But if I go ahead and go over in this direction, there's actually a community XP farm for zombies that we can actually make use of. And it looks like this might actually be nearby where the shopping yeah, it looks like this is where the shopping district is actually being set up, so that's actually good to know. I was here earlier, but I couldn't quite remember if this is actually where it was supposed to be, but that did at least confirm it. So if we go ahead and come down here, and we do obviously want to crouch because it's magma blocks. As I said, we've got ourselves a community zombie spawn right here, so you can go ahead and get some XP, and if you want any materials whatsoever, you can come down in here and grab them. Grindstone, furnace, so pretty much everything we're gonna end up needing. So let's go ahead and go back up to the top. There we go. Right, so yeah, looks like this is, like I said, where the shopping district is actually gonna end up being, which I actually had not realized. So this is actually someplace I'm gonna want to work at least at some point. I might probably end up putting in the actual shop itself for actually selling off the rights to go ahead and get access to the skeleton spawner, because obviously that means bone and bone meal, arrows, that kind of stuff, and obviously armor, which not too many people actually end up using, and also bows as well, obviously. But yeah, so this realm so far is looking pretty good. There is still a lot of projects that are being worked on, as I said, but so far the place is actually looking pretty good, all things considered. You do actually need to make sure that you claim an area on the world when you actually get on here, so that you actually can tell people, hey, this is where I'm going to be living, so please don't come too terribly close, if that makes any sense. But other than that, this is actually where I'm going to go ahead and end off of you. Again, this is owned by a guy by the name of SlackLizard, so make sure to check the link down in the description to not only his channel, but to the Breaking Bedrock Discord server. As I said, you are going to have to follow rules and reach certain things in order to be able to apply. But once you actually get into this place, obviously, as you saw, there's a lot of things going on as far as this realm is concerned. You could potentially make quite a few friends on this realm, which is obviously how this ends up working more often than not. But yeah, like I said, this is where I'm ending things off. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and AgentCP0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Stews. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I'll see you guys later.